Well, hello viewers, good evening and welcome to this edition of News and Trends. I'm KV Nurumi. We are in day 16 of the nationwide lockdown, and in this edition we continue with our efforts to bring you all the latest on the coronavirus pandemic worldwide and also the updates from what's happening in the country, the region and in the state as well. But first, let's take a look at the headlines. Death toll due to COVID-19 touches 166. Total number of cases climbed to 5,734 in the country. Prime Minister Modi says India shall do everything possible to help humanity's fight against COVID-19.
And Nagaland government informs all persons planning to return to Nagaland on resumption of commercial flight services to Dimapur to postpone their return for the time being.
Now the details. Death toll due to the novel coronavirus rose to 166 and the number of cases to 5,734 in the country on Thursday, according to the Union Health Ministry. While the number of active COVID-19 cases is 5,095, as many as 472 people were cured and discharged and one had migrated, it said. As many as 17 new deaths has been reported in the last 24 hours across the country, the ministry said. 8 deaths were reported from Maharashtra, 3 from Gujarat, 2 from Jammu and Kashmir and 1 each from Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, it said. Maharashtra has reported the most coronavirus deaths at 72, followed by Gujarat at 16, Madhya Pradesh at 13 and Delhi at 9. Punjab and Tamil Nadu have reported 8 fatalities each, while Telangana has reported 7 deaths. West Bengal and Karnataka have registered 5 deaths each. Andhra Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir and Uttar Pradesh have reported 4 deaths each, while Haryana and Rajasthan have recorded 3 deaths each. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today said India shall do everything possible to help humanity's fight against COVID-19. In response to US President Donald Trump thanking India for decision on hydroxychloroquine, Mr. Modi said in a tweet that Indo-US partnership is stronger than ever. He said times like these bring friends closer and together this fight shall be won. The US President had earlier thanked India and the Indian people for the decision on HCQ, saying it will not be forgotten. He said Prime Minister Modi's strong leadership in helping not just India but humanity in the fight against the pandemic.
Nagaland government has informed that all persons planning to return to the state on resumption of commercial flight services to Dimapur are strongly advised to postpone their return for the time being. Informing this in a release, Principal Secretary Home Abhijit Sinha stated that for those whose return is unavoidable, they may take serious note that upon landing at Dimapur airport, every returnee will be medically screened and thereafter taken in vehicles arranged by NST to the institutional quarantine centers designated by the government of Nagaland at Dimapur. The returnees shall mandatorily undergo minimum 14 days quarantine there. It further stated that all interstate borders will continue to remain sealed till further orders.
Odisha has extended the lockdown till April 30th, State Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik announced on Thursday after a meeting with the state cabinet. Odisha is the first state to extend the lockdown ahead of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's video conference with state leaders. In a statement after the meeting, Patnaik said Odisha has also urged the centre to stop train and flight services to the state till April 30th. Schools and educational institutions would remain closed till June 17, he said. Let's now take you to the state government's latest briefing on the status of COVID-19.
As at 5 p.m. today, a total of 69 samples of suspected cases have been sent for testing. The results of 65 samples have been received and they are all negative. The results of the remaining 4 samples are awaited. I would also like to inform that the state government has ordered for conduct of a magisterial inquiry by the Additional Deputy Commissioner Newland into the incident involving Dr. Nosajal Sezo, an orthopedic surgeon of Civil Hospital Dimapur, who reportedly was assaulted and his vehicle damaged while he was returning home on the 3rd of April 2020 by the police personnel who were on duty enforcing the lockdown measures. The inquiry will go into all the facts and circumstances leading to the incident and fix responsibilities on those guilty. The inquiry officer has been asked to submit the report latest by the 18th of April 2020. The position of availability of food grains, medicines, POL, and other essential goods and commodities continue to be normal in the state. I conclude by thanking our people once again for their continued support and adherence to all the lockdown measures. Thank you.
Now let's take a look at some of the news that's coming from across the state of Nagaland. A review meeting was held on COVID-19 with the Minister of Health and Family Welfare S. Pangyupom yesterday at the Office Chamber of Principal Director, Health and Family Welfare. The Minister was accompanied by Toshi Wungtung, Advisor IPR, SCART and Village Guard. Pangyupom advised the department to resume the construction work of Medical College from 9th April and to come up with a system to manage the labor, and that the department shall obtain special permission from the district administration in order to purchase essential materials for the ongoing construction. He also discussed about strengthening of doctors in district level for temporary adjustments and allocations of manpower. He appealed the officials present to give more focus on the areas bordering other states, as it is very vulnerable at this stage, and that quarantine measures should be implemented more strictly in those areas. Deputy Commissioner Dimapur Anup Kingchi has informed that all agencies engaged in farming operations and other agriculture related activities under Dimapur district are exempted from the lockdown. The Deputy Commissioner therefore stated that movement of farmers and other persons involved in agriculture activities should not be restricted in the colonies or villages. A new version of a self-declaration and COVID-19 Nagaland app has been released by the government of Nagaland, which can be downloaded from nagalandhealth.nagaland.gov.in. Government has ordered the health officials, while declaring any individual to put on home quarantine, shall ensure the self-declaration COVID-19 Nagaland app is downloaded in the person's mobile phone and complete the registration process. All persons who are put under home quarantine shall download the self-declaration app in his or her mobile phones and complete the registration and switch on the GPS facility of smartphone, and should always keep his or her mobile phone in on mode with GPS enabled till he or she is released from the home quarantine period. Those who are not in possession of smartphone shall seek the support of the Asha, A&M school teacher or any person in possession of smartphone for self-declaration in case of having symptoms through community reporting. All persons should update the health status daily in the app using home quarantine tab to answer phone calls from control room, surveillance team, cooperate with the surveillance team during home visits, and to strictly follow the guidelines on home quarantine. Principal Director of Health and Family Welfare has informed that any act of non-compliance shall be deemed to have committed an offence punishable as per the provisions of the Epidemic Disease Act 1897.
Minister for Higher and Technical Education and Tribal Affairs and Minister in charge for Peran District on COVID-19, Tenjan Inna Along visited CHC Jaluki with Advisor for Water Resource Department Namri Chang today for a review meeting with the doctors and staff to assess the availability of resources and measures adopted to fight against COVID-19. In a meeting with the medical staffs, district administration, Peran and police, the minister in his short speech extended gratitude to all concerned and stated that if any positive COVID-19 case is detected in Nagaland, it will become a burden, and urged the gathering to seek God's protection.
Deputy Commissioner Twengsang Kumar Ramnikant has informed that Sauchang College and Government Polytechnic Setam Twengsang, on completion of being installed with basic minimum facilities, has been notified as quarantine centers for Twengsang headquarters in connection with the pandemic COVID-19, with each center having the capacity of 30 beds. Well, that's all we have for you in this edition. But before we go, we want you to have a look at this inspiring video from none other than men and women in uniform. And yes, Nagaland Police has come up with this video to create awareness among the people of the state on the coronavirus pandemic that has affected billions of people worldwide. It's really inspiring and carries with it a lot of message that we all need to know at the present circumstances. So hats off to Nagaland Police. Well, from all of us here, it's bye for now, and thanks for watching.
Coronavirus, COVID-19. The threat is real. It's time for action, and it is time to stop the spread.
From a distance, there is harmony, and it echoes through the land. It's the voice of hope, it's the voice of peace.
Don't touch your eyes with unwashed hands. Don't touch your nose with unwashed hands. Avoid touching your mouth, avoid touching your face. Always remember it's not safe.
Wash your hands with soap and rub them together. Wash your hands with soap and rub them together. Scrub your back hands and in between your fingers. Scrub your back hands and in between your fingers. Cover your mouth if you are coughing or sneezing. Let us overcome this deadly virus called COVID-19.
Coming back from duty,